Welcome to Programming KT. I am explaining about the concept is what are the different scenarios available to write a method. So till now I covered about methods like so what is a method and use of methods, syntax and examples about methods, and what are the different types of methods like static methods and instance methods, and moreover that rules for variables and methods. So if it is a instance variable, how to access inside a instance method or a static method, and moreover that if it is static variable, how to access inside instance method inside static method, and what are the rules applicable I explained in detail in last video. If you did not watch that video, watch that video. So now I am trying to explain about what are the different scenarios to write a method. So we have two types of methods, right? Static method and instance method. So these two methods, these two types of methods, again we can divide into four different scenarios. Let me try to list out them. So I can say here methods methods with different scenarios. Methods with different scenarios. So this is the topic I'm trying to explain about. So first one is method with parameter. Second one is method without parameter. So when you are working with the real-time projects, most of the methods, not only most of the methods, every method must be one of these four. So third one is with the return. Fourth one is method without return. So in real-time projects, if you are trying to create any method, that must be any one of these four. So every method must come under any one of these scenario. Either it may be method with parameter, without parameter, with return, without return. So these four are the very important under methods. We have anyway two types. Again, the two types of method. Either it may be static method, we can apply all these four scenarios, and instance method also we can apply all these four. Scenarios. Now let me start with one by one. So first I am trying to explain about method with parameter. So let me try to create one method called method with parameter. So I'm trying to create one method public void. Anyway, you can write, two examples, two methods, then almost remaining two will be almost the same, comes under that category only. Now let me try to write method with parameter. I am not returning anything. Method with, I can write that one as well. Method with parameter, I'm trying to write that method name, and here I'm trying to pass three variables. So these three variables I'm trying to print it, or whatever it may be, I can calculate business logic, whatever it may be, I can do it. So I'm trying to find, result like, so I'm trying to multiply each of them. Multiply x is multiply with y, and the result I'm trying to multiply with z. So product of all these three, and finally I'm trying to print that result. So just a simple logic only I'm trying to explain. My intention is to explain about these four scenarios of any method, either it may be static method or instance method. Now I'm trying to explain about instance method with, instance method type with all these four scenarios. So this is the first, scenario like method with parameter. So this method is expecting. So method with parameter is a method name that is expecting three parameters. This comes under first category. So next one is method without parameter. Now let me try to write that one as well. Public void method without parameter. So here I did not pass any parameter. So just I am trying to declare here itself int x is equal to 10 comma y equal to 20, z equal to 30. So we can declare variables like this also. If you watch my variables video, so you can understand. So we can declare multi variables also. Now I am trying to print that result. I mean product, I can declare variable name is product of above 3 x y and z, and I am trying to print that result. So this category comes under without parameter. If we can observe here, this method is not expecting any parameter. So anyway, I am running. I will write all. I mean four categories. Then I will show you how to run and observe the difference. So method with parameter, without parameter. Now with the return, without return. So I can use same as it is these methods also. Why? Because just it will be. I mean these return type will vary. I mean. Previous two videos I make it as a void, right? Now what I can do, I mean I will return some result instead of printing here itself. I will return the result. Now let me show you that one as well. Public, in this case I did not, I mean provide void. Why? Because that third category is with the return, so we must need to return the result of that logic, whatever performed logic inside that method. That result you need to return it. So public int method with return. So either it may we can pass parameters, or if we did not pass parameters, no problem. But the concept is here return result. So if you want to pass, no problem, pass it. Method with return and corresponding parameters I am trying to pass it. So what I am trying to do, I am trying to return directly. Just calculate the product x times y times z. I mean product of all these three. I am trying to return it. That result product. So this is third category method with return. Next one is without return. Anyway, that comes under this one only. So one of these, any I can pass parameters. Let me try to copy this. Without return means void. So I can make this as a void and without return. So if we can provide void, there is no need to use return keyword. Otherwise, it will go give compilation error. So now product. So now I covered all four categories of methods. I mean method with parameter, without parameter, with the return, without return. So that means void. So now let me try to run it. Same methods we can make it as a static also. Same four categories applicable for static methods also. So you can declare public static. After public, you can make a keyword called static. Then it will be static method. Now we need to call all these, right? Now let me try to execute one by one. So all these are the instance methods, right? How to call instance methods? At the time of explaining about, I mean first video methods I already explained, right? So if it is instance method, that is always linked with object. So moreover that memory is allocated for instance method at the time of creating object. So by using object reference only we can call instance methods. What is the current method, I mean current class methods? We need to create object for that current class. Then by using that object reference we can call all instance methods. So methods is a class name, m is a reference, new keyword, and methods is a constructor. So this is the object creation. So I can make a comment creating object, creating object for methods class. So this is object creation for method class. So now I am trying to call method with parameter. So parameter means this method is expecting some parameters of integer type. Mean how many parameters? The three parameters, exactly three parameters. So m dot method with parameters. mean third one here in this case. So method with the parameter. So it is expecting third parameter. If we can observe the documentation here, it is showing right in text y z and return type is of that method is void. So I am trying to pass three numbers like so. Now that method is looking good. I mean method calling is perfectly valid. So if I can pass three parameters, if that is I mean compiler is thinking about is there any two parameter method that name is method with parameter, but that method is not available. That's why we are trying, I mean we are getting here compilation error. And moreover that we need to pass three parameters, so then only the compilation error will gone of same type. I mean, if you can pass different types also, you will get compilation error. If I can pass here floating value, you will get compilation error. So this is the method does not available under this class. That's why I'm getting compilation error. So need to, I mean, moreover that you need to consider all parameter types must be same. Whatever that method in that at the time of method declaration, whatever data types you specify, same values you need to pass at the time of method calling. So this is called method calling. Method calling, method declaration. Method calling, method declaration. This is anyway you can call it as method implementation. Whole body you can call it as method implementation. Method implementation. These are the three parts you need to remember. First, declare a method, then implement the logic, then call that method. Even though you declare that method and implement that method, if you did not call that, I mean, logic won't be executed. Let me show you that. So, I need to move first that anyway I can run here. The problem with here it is taking some long time. I mean, it will take time, and moreover that some I mean these kind of stuff it is trying to print right. I don't want this, so that's why anyway result I am trying to get here. So I don't want that. First I need to move methods. I mean folder inside that I have two files. I need to run file called methods. Java methods. Just type two letters and hit on tab. Then it will automatically be. Now it is in. I mean the code. I mean output is looking clean, right? I mean terminal. So I'm getting 2184. That is product of when all three variables x and y x y. The result again I am trying to multiply with z. So if I can comment this code, I mean if I did not call, so there is no output. So even though if you have the method, but you are not calling. So if you did not call, the won't, output won't generated. So you need to call that method, corresponding method, whatever your logic you wrote inside that method. Then only you can observe that logic. So this is about method with parameters. Now let me try to call method without parameter. So this is also object, I mean instance method, right? So we can call by using object reference only. So m dot method without parameters. Now here I'm not trying to pass any parameter, I mean values. Why? Because this method is not expecting any parameter. This is I mean second category, method without parameter. So now let me try to run one more time. So this is the product of all, I mean 10, 20, 30. I think I declared, yeah, 10, 20, 30. This is the result. Or else let me try to make a comment here inside that SOP statement. So here I can copy that method name and I can paste here. So and same for here as well. So now let me try to run one more time. So this is method with the parameter result, method without parameter result. So these are the first two categories. Now let me try to run with third category. So third category, we can observe here, I am trying to first in first example, I am trying to pass the result. calculate the, I mean, logic, print here itself. And third one, I mean, second one is declare the variables inside that method, calculate the logic, print here itself. But third one is, if I can pass the values, it will calculate it when I am trying to return it. I did not print here. That is the behavior of third type of, I mean, third category of methods. Method with the return. Once the calculation of logic is done, we can return it. Then wherever you are calling on, I mean, on that particular place, you need to catch, and you can do your, I mean, proceed your next steps. Like next one also, I mean, third category also, instance method, m dot method with return. So method with return, here I am trying to pass some values, like, so three integer values I'm trying to pass. Previous methods are, I mean, if we can observe that, I mean, signature, it is written method. I mean, this is the method name and no parameters, but the method return type is void. If we can mouse over here, method with return. So this is the signature about method with return and corresponding parameters, but method is returning integer type of value. So we need to catch that result. How we can catch, and I can store. So I can store that product result, something like that. Product result, will product of three variables. So I'm trying to store a variable called PR, and I'm trying to print it. This is one different scenario. So previously, just I'm trying to call it, that's enough. Inside that method only, I'm trying to print it. But anyway, in real time, these kind of SOV statements are not, won't be there. But some loggers will be there. Try to understand the categories of methods. I mean, different scenarios, when to use which method. These kind of scenarios will come. So in that case, you need to aware of all these four types of methods. Now I called that method, I got the result, I am storing into the variable called PR, and I am trying to print it. So let me try to copy this one, I mean that message. So this one is method with return. Method with return. Now let me try to run it. So this is the logic. I mean, I'm trying to multiply. I'm trying to pass a method with return here. 1 times 2, 2, 2 times 3 is called 6. That is the result. Once the calculation logic is done, it is a returning. That return value I'm trying to store into variable called integer by using assignment operator. So if you don't know about assignment operator, watch I mean operators concept video. So once we call that method, that is returning the result. That result we are trying to store a variable called PR of type integer. Next, final fourth one is method without return. So once we call, this one comes under first category only. Method without parameter. I mean, first and two both are same, right? I'm trying to provide it as a void type. So this come, if you know about first two, last one is very easy. Method without return. Once you pass the parameters, calculate the logic, print it. It won't return anything. Method without return. So if we learn about to do, I mean, with the parameters, without parameters, I mean, with the parameters and with a return type, then remaining will come, I mean, almost similar. With the parameters, with the return. So these are the two different, I mean, majorly two types of scenarios. Anyway, remaining two will be very easy. Now, I am trying to call one more method without return. This one. Here again, I'm trying to pass like 8, 9, 6. Now, this method, if we can observe that method syntax, I mean documentation, method without return, expecting three type of variable of integer types, and it is does not return anything, means void. Now, let me try to run it. So, 4, 3, I mean 2. Anyway, let me try to copy this one as well. Message for last method, I mean last type of category. So method without return. Method without return. Now I covered all four categories by using, I mean, instance method for instance methods. So method with parameter, without parameter, with return, without return. So these four are the mostly important topics, I mean scenarios of methods. So any method in real time, when you are trying to write method, that comes under any one of these method. That's why these four have that much importance. And moreover, that method must be any one of, either it may be static method or instance method. Here I created all, instance methods, right? You can work with static methods also, no problem. So try on your own static methods. But one the difference is between instance and static, you need to declare here a static. Just the method name it is a static. You can declare static. But anyway, here it is giving warning, right? If it is static method, we can call by using class name, or else we can call by using directly static, no issue, right? Static area. In last video I explained about, right? Static area. Static area, static method calling directly possible. There is no need to use of object reference. Why? Because static methods always linked with the class. But recommended approach is by static methods we can call by using method name. Class name. This is the recommended approach for static methods. You can start with the remaining static method also, or on your own you can practice. Now let me try to run it. There is no difference. So first one is method with the parameter 2184. Previous run also 2184. So this is about that four categories. So we got some clarity. I hope we got some clarity about these four scenarios about methods. So if you like the content, hit on like button and subscribe Programming KT. Thanks for watching.